I've been running for a little over 10 years now. I've been really consistent last 3 and 4 years, and there's a lot of things out there in the running world that upset me. This is the thing that pisses me off the most. And before I get into it, just to be clear, I don't necessarily hate people or runners. I think this problem is more of a lack of education and information on what we're about to talk about. Though there are some people I know about this and still go about this the wrong way. So anyways, what I hate is people talking about or saying or doing easy runs when it's not really easy. I'm going to explain this. So when people talk about easy runs, I think a lot of the times they're talking about perceived effort. And so it felt easy. Like maybe they can run 6.5 or 7 minute miles, and so an easy run to them is 8 minute miles. And here's the thing with easy runs. I'm a believer that easy runs are based off a heart rate. It's how easy is it on your system, on your heart, on your aerobic capacity, right? And so you'll see people who say easy run in their Strava post, and maybe I just need to get off of Strava, but they'll say this was easy run today, and you look at their heart rate, and they're averaging like 170 beats per minute, and that is not easy on the system. I think those people are confused by perceived effort. An easy run to me is in zone 1, zone 2 heart rate or heart rate zones. And if you don't know what that is, heart rate zones are just basically a percentage leading up into your max heart rate of different zones you can train in, and based off of these zones you'll be training different systems. And so if you're in more zone 1, zone 2, you're training your aerobic capacity, which is more of that endurance aspect and a like all day pace, versus zone 4, zone 5 is more the anaerobic capacity, and so that's going to be sprints, intervals, getting pretty much redlining or getting close to that with a race. I mean, that's basically where you're getting with a 400-meter sprint or a half marathon and things like that, opposed to a 50-miler where there's no way, at least I think, you could be in like zone 5 for 50 miles. So when I talk about easy runs, I'm talking about your heart rate being in zone 1, zone 2. And if you need to calculate this, I would just Google MAF or Maffetone method, and this will help you calculate your own heart rate. There's a couple other things that are contributed to this, but like an easy way to calculate this is take 180 and subtract your age. You should be running at that heartbeat beats per minute or lower if you are wanting to train in this lower aerobic capacity. That's like a very easy way to calculate it, but that's not as accurate as doing like an actual test or doing some sort of interval to be able to get there. So there's a couple things out there. I'm not the most familiar with how to calculate this accurately, but I've done the lactate threshold workout to kind of see where my zones lie. And so I'd obviously recommend doing something like that. But if you want the easy answer, 180, subtract your age. And that's roughly what you should run at for easy runs or zone 1, zone 2 type aerobic work. And so this is the thing that pisses me off the most about runners. And again, I think it's a lack of understanding or education. But you see someone say like easy run and their heart rate's at 165 beats per minute for 10 miles. And that's not easy on your system. It's really important being able to actually do easy runs, which might be 10, 11, 12, 13-minute miles, which hurts the ego. But when it comes to longevity or staying healthy, this is such an important thing that runners should consider or really be disciplined, right? Everyone talks about being disciplined with getting out there and being disciplined with speed work or the hard workouts. Be disciplined with the easy workouts, because this is what's going to help you build a base, stay healthy, recover, and at the end of the day, it's the best thing for you. In fact, I might be too disciplined with my easy workouts because I'm so fixated on this building this aerobic endurance. So, if you're one of these people, we have no beef. I'm just saying it's not easy if your heart rate is at 160, 170, 180 beats per minute. You got to calculate those heart rate zones, and your easy run, how easy it is on the system, is going to be based off of your heart rate. If you want to run in a high heart rate, I absolutely have the liberty to do that. If you want to constantly be pushing that system, that is up to you. you're just at a higher increased risk of injury or just not recovering as well as you could. So I think you're leaving gains on the table if you don't do actual easy runs in zone 1, zone 2. So if you need to calculate your heart rate, definitely go do that. Ask me questions if you have any questions on that or how you should maybe structure training. If you're a runner and want to learn more about how to improve your running, consider hitting that subscribe button. I've been running for 10 plus years. I've done interesting things like running 10 marathons in 10 days, setting course records for ultras. I've won a couple 5Ks. So I've learned a thing or two about running over the years. So if you want to hear more tips and tricks, maybe hear some of my personal stories, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate your time and I look forward to seeing you on the trails sometime soon.